Hello and welcome to my Instagram live again on Guruvar Ki Gupshup. Can you all hear me? Please confirm if you can hear me. I'm not able to see anybody yet. Oh, hi. Welcome to Guruvar Ki Gupshup today. By popular demand, we are repeating or rather doing one more live with Niyatii because last time we had done a Guruvar Ki Gupshup with her and there were so many questions we couldn't answer. Hi Lydia, lovely to see you. I'm all good. Just waiting for Niyatii to join the live because today we are again going to be talking about the topic of sex education for children and how to handle these difficult conversations that we find awkward and difficult as parents to talk with our kids about. So I'm just inviting Niyatii and just waiting for her to join this live. Where is she? Yes, okay, I've be joining soon. Hi, Upasna. Hi, Nini Teju. Okay, so we can see your sofas. I think we have Niyatii here live. Hi.
Hi. I didn't know it would just
Lovely to
turn
have you,
around.
Niyatii.
Same here.
You know,
Waiting. I was
Instagram
waiting for
can
this
be
one.
Instagram and Zoom have sometimes caused me my most embarrassing moments. In fact, in the middle of a Zoom call in one of my trainings, I had forgotten to mute myself. And it was one of those bad days, and I was like firing my help and firing my kids, and all my students are like, and then after like 15 minutes, I figured out, oh my God. And my students are frantically saying, ma'am, you have not muted yourself, ma'am, you have not muted yourself. I
I
guess,
know, I
I
know.
guess, yeah. And then I had to then say, guys, well, great, you got to see what you're not supposed to see and hear, but well, that's okay. That's how we all are, right?
See my teacher's
So
side, not the
welcome,
other
Niyati.
side. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Yes,
Riri.
that's what I wanted to tell them, that teacher is a mother. Teacher plays so many roles
Absolutely.
that, it gets difficult. But yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
so wonderful. Probably this is a record that I'm repeating a live with somebody, Niyati. I've never done that. And I think last time we had such
Yay!
amazing response from
Yes.
people. Yes. So I said, let
Yes.
me do this again because there are a lot of parents out there who had so many questions, and I felt really bad that we couldn't answer them all. And I would
Yes.
also like to tell my followers here today that please ask your questions to Niyati, but also more importantly is that keeping all your requests in mind and the hundreds of personal messages I have got on my Instagram, we have organized a workshop. Yay! It's a small workshop, 3 hours, 1.5 hours each. And the amazing part is the timing is so well suited to working parents because
Yes.
it is 8:30 p.m. India time and starts next week. So I will share the details of the workshop later, but the workshop is also going to be specifically to answer your questions and to teach you techniques on how to sex educate your
Yes.
child. And the workshop is conducted by Niyatii. And I would also like to, before I start the live, clarify that I will be putting up information on the workshop and reels. I have, as a policy, never promoted any products on my Instagram channel, or I have not promoted any brands. But Niyati is a friend of mine, and I'm doing this because I trust her completely, her abilities to, do this for my followers and her authenticity in doing this. And hence, for the very first time, while I'm not going to be conducting the workshop, but I'm going to be supporting it, and at as wellness space we are going to be hosting this workshop specially for sex education for children, and the workshop is for parents, not for children. And if you
Yes.
have questions on the workshop and what it will contain also, you can ask that to Niyati on this live, and which is why we have organized this. Mm, uh, I know, Niyati, lot of young parents today, I mean, my parents when I was a kid, I don't think would have ever thought of doing anything about parenting. And today I have like hundreds of parents asking me about, anger issues and, behavior issues
Yes.
and discipline कैसे करना है, ये कैसे करना है मैम खाने का. तो बहुत अच्छी बात है because ये मुझे, it tells me that we have a whole generation of very aware
Yes.
parents, right? Which is such
Yes.
a good thing, not that our
Absolutely.
parents were bad.
Absolutely. Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
Michami Dukram, by the way,
Michami Dukram.
Niyati ka festival hai aaj, and thank you for taking out time for this, Niyati.
No,
So let's
absolutely my
straight away. Do
pleasure.
you have anything to say about the workshop that we are having next week? And can you please लोगों को बताएंगे आप,
Yes,
क्योंकि हिंदी में भी
yes.
शायद लोग अटेंड कर सकते हैं, तो आप क्या बताएंगे कि इसमें क्या होगा और what can they expect?
I think sex education एक ऐसा subject है ना, Riri.
हाँ.
Parents do know sometimes what they want to tell them, but they fumble whether I can use these words or no, whether I can tell directly or no, whether I should say this or no. So this workshop basically first is to help them understand what sexuality is. थोड़ा अगर हमको broad perspective भी आ गया ना, it becomes very easy to accept this subject. One. Two, the biggest thing that we never ever have studied in any of parenting courses or books or anywhere, जैसे हम इमोशनल मेंटल फिजिकल माइलस्टोन्स हमारे बच्चे के पता होते हैं, सेक्सुअल
हाँ.
डेवलपमेंट्स के माइलस्टोन्स नहीं पता होते हैं, एक्सेप्ट पीरियड्स. पीरियड्स कब आ सकता है वो शायद उनको पता है, बट एवरीथिंग एल्स, there are different milestones, there are different behaviors that children show. So how do you know whether it is normal or not normal? How do you know whether how to correct it or not correct it? So all that is going to be covered, and I will give you the skills that you need as a parent to sex educate your child. फिर वो आज condom के बारे में हो, कल sex के बारे में हो, फिर simple relationship के बारे में हो, you will get the technique, because no one person can sit down and tell you how your conversation is going to go with your child. So it's a very conversation based learning. तो कोई डेफिनेशन नहीं है जो मैं दे सकती हूँ, बाकी डेफिनेशंस आपको गूगल में मिल जाएंगे या डिक्शनरी में मिल जाएंगे, बट द टेक्निक्स
वही तो
या
हाँ, दैट इज
या
एक्सपीरियंस वहीं पे आता है ना, अनुभव का. आज गूगल जो सिखा सकता है उसके लिए फिर कोई नियति और रिरी के पास क्यों आएगा ना,
absolutely,
तो
absolutely.
obviously.
Yeah, so this is what we are going to cover: understanding, developments, and skills. So
इनफैक्ट हाँ, मुझे काफी लोगों ने पूछा था कि लाइक सिंपल क्वेश्चन जो शायद लोगों का होगा कि भाई छोटे 3-4 साल के बच्चे हैं, तो माय चाइल्ड इज इन पब्लिक प्लेसेस, इन पार्टीज, playing with his or her private parts, especially young
yes,
boys, small boys, and they say it's very embarrassing. How do
yeah,
we correct it without traumatizing the child? So
yes.
that just recently somebody asked me on Instagram. So would you like to answer that, Niyati?
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. This is one of the very common questions where, and especially, I'm sure this is, if you can, is this question by a mother?
Hmm. Yeah, no, this was, I think, father or mother. I don't know
Father?
which, but somebody
So,
else.
yeah, yeah. So, because this is where we kind of misunderstanding one another. A man usually
Hmm.
won't ask these questions because he knows himself. He knows what he
That they
was when he
also do
was
that.
younger. Exactly. So they understand that there is nothing sexual about it. They are just enjoying it. There's some pleasant feeling that they are getting, and that's about it. Yes, you do have to teach them that don't do it in public, but there's nothing to worry about. But a mother will worry because she doesn't know what a
Hmm.
man goes through, what her, see, brothers don't talk, fathers don't talk. So who do you learn from? Husband. And
Yes.
husbands don't want to talk about these things because by then we already have a mindset. This is not okay. So then it
Yeah.
is left
Yeah.
alone. So just to answer this question, it is okay for the boy to touch his genitals, but yes, do teach him that it should be done in private spaces, and it will take time. By saying it 1, 2, 3 times, it is not going to happen. Children don't remember these kind of instructions. So whenever it is happening, you can call your child and tell them, would you want me to take you to the washroom? Do you really want to touch it? Or can you leave it alone? So these are the very gentle ways of teaching without traumatizing. Like, what are you doing? What is this? In front of everybody, you're doing this. Shushing it or hitting the child. You don't need to do all that. Quietly call the child, ask the child, do you want me to take you in another room, in the washroom? Do you want to touch yourself? So automatically the child never will want to go to the washroom to touch his genital, leaving the play. So he's already going to say, no, 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 I'm okay, and he's not going to do it. So slow and steady,
Yeah.
just teach him that it is not okay to do it in public, but otherwise he can in his own private space.
Excellent. Wow. Shweta Jwali saying hi, both of you from Singapore. And a lot of people
Hi.
saying hello. Hi. Hina Kushwa saying hello, ma'am, both of you. And so many people are asking hello from Punjab, hello from Singapore. Good
Wow.
evening.
Hi,
Good evening.
everyone.
Yeah, a lot of parents I know. Now let me quickly go on to the question. What is echolalia? Any tips on echolalia? What's that? I've never heard of that before. सुना है कभी?
No,
ये क्या होता है नियति?
no,
नहीं ना?
no, no.
Okay, as a parent coach, I have love following you, Riri. Thank you so much. Very good. Am I audible, Niyati? Because some people are saying I'm not audible. I'm audible, right? Okay.
Completely. Absolutely. Absolutely. Loud and clear.
Okay. What Sneha Yakshit is saying, my child, 5 years old, kissed his girl classmate. How to make him understand? What kind of a
Kiss
kiss is this?
where?
Like, that's
Ha.
important, right?
Kiss where? Kiss where? So if it is the cheek
Okay.
for anywhere other than the private parts, leave it alone. He's
Uh,
just expressing his fondness, his admiration, his love, and that's okay. Because we kiss our see again. This is one important thing every parent has to remember. Your children are not listening. You know that already. Your children are
yes.
watching you, only watching you. So if you are kissing your child because like I love you, my baby Sona, then they are going to go and kiss their baby Sona, right? So that is what is going to
Yes, yes.
happen. Yeah, so that is what happens with them. They are only showing their affection. It's nothing to be really scared
Don't
about.
make a big
If
deal
this
about it.
no, unless it is private parts, then yes, you must sit down and tell them the rules and regulations of safe and unsafe touch, explain it to them, make them understand that, and repeat your lessons for a couple of years. Then they are set.
You said something very interesting, Niyati, that children observe, right? So it's very interesting because when they are small, they do not have those logical parts of their brain yet fully
No.
developed, which teaches them the differentiation.
Yes.
Ke it is okay if you love your mother, then you can hug and kiss your mother. But if you love a girl in class, you cannot hug and kiss that girl. Now, these are the rules that they do not understand and they are not even capable of differentiation. I mean, by the structure of the brain itself, they are incapable unless you kind of teach them that differentiation. So I think, it so happens. In fact, even I've got into this trap where, I becoming, as when we are in our 20s and 30s, things seem so easy for us, so logical, so normal. But for children, they are
Yeah.
not, right? I
Yeah.
mean, children's brains are not developed to understand
Yeah.
90% of the things that we do with our logical, rational, intellectual mind.
Yeah.
So obviously, they are going to take things very literally. In fact, even when I talk of subconscious mind, I tell के
Yeah.
बच्चों का सबकॉन्शियस माइंड से ऑपरेट होते हैं कॉन्शियस माइंड तो बाद में धीरे धीरे डेवलप होता है
Yeah.
सबकॉन्शियस माइंड इज
Yeah.
व्हाट जो आप देखते हो तो अगर
So
पापा
I
मम्मी
would
को घर में कैस कुछ if dad calls mom darling and then if the kid says why do you say that because I love your mom then do not be shocked if your child loves a friend and says darling because that's how child
absolutely.
functions, right?
So I also think sometimes, no, Riri, that we do make see this tension of whether he or she is going and kissing their friends or hugging them too much or calling them darling only happens when the children are below like 18 years of age. After that, parents though they mingle, they
Hmm.
are all together, it's all okay. After 18, they're not so scared about it. And we do see youth today who hug their
Right.
friends who are girls or boys, they are close to them, they have the physical intimacy, not sex I'm talking about, the closeness that I'm talking about. It's only this younger children that parents are very scared. So somewhere they are thinking they're becoming sexual before time. So just wanted to let you all know they're not becoming sexual again. This is just affection and allow them to
Hmm.
express this affection because this is exactly the block they start having in their childhood that does not allow them to open up when they get their partners. So, kissing somebody when they meet or sitting close to somebody, especially the girls, they feel very awkward, very hesitant because we tell them no when they are children. So if a friend is kissing another friend on the cheek, so what? It's affection. Please see it differently. I think we need to remove the sex out of our minds than
Yeah, yeah. We are too
children
caught up
don't
with
have
sex.
it. We're too caught up with it. Everything is sexual around us. It's not like
Yeah.
that. It's pure affection. So I think it is very important for us to distinguish where to take stress and where not to take stress. And be ready to answer
Very,
other
very.
people be ready to answer other people because there will be moral policing happening around you. So I think only if you're confident, you will be able to answer them. So yeah, work on your confidence and understand your children better.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Manju Kamal Sihag is asking, my 8-year-old boy wants to know how babies are born and enter into mama's tummy. Is this something you can
Yeah.
give her a tip on Instagram,
Sure.
or is it a long
Yeah,
time?
yeah, absolutely. No, 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 no. So I would
Yeah.
say that at 8 years, 8 years boy
Uh,
is probably, so if it was an 8 year girl, I would have said go for it. But even for an 8 year boy, I am saying go for it. But that does not mean that you're going to hesitate to say what sex is. Okay, so you do not have to say because we had sex or because